Good morning and welcome to AskSpot Office Hours live health sessions. This is where you can ask your quick questions regarding AskSpot and get live help. And on these calls, we also do live builds to show you how different AskSpot tools work in real use cases. For today, what we are building is something called, it's a canvas called Local Events Directory and Classes Guide. So I will show you how to build this from scratch in AskSpot. But while I'm building this stuff, if you have any questions at all with what I'm doing, or if you have any questions regarding what you've been building, feel free to ask that. You can just unmute your mic, or you can even type in your question. All right. Hey, Dimitri, nice to see you. Good morning to everyone who joined. I think we have Bob on the call. Nice to see you here again, Bob. We have Dave. Good morning, Dave. Deb, nice to see you. We have Dawn. We have Ken. Nice to see you guys. Owen and Robin. I hope you guys will like what we will be building today. Um, and if you've got anything at all while we're doing this, just let me know, you guys. That's what I'm here for. Let me just exit out of my screen. So basically, we will turn we will turn local businesses class schedules into a smart interactive tool. Um, Don says, "Can you build a chatbot that shovels snow?" I think it's snowing really hard in certain parts, right? In some states. So you guys stay safe. So let me just put this in this screen right here. And also, there you go. Okay, so now I'm on my AskSpot account. So let me just go inside the business, and then let me click the plus icon, and then for our canvas. So this one's going to be, let's just say, local events directory canvas. Oh, okay, so it's not letting me add another letter. So I think this is fine. Let's now click. Okay, so now it's been created. Now that it's inside our AskSpot account, let's just click inside, and over here under sources, there will be only one master sheet that I will be adding into this chatbot. So as you can see, I have this local events directory and classes. And with this, I built it using Claude AI. So let me just give you guys the exact prompt that I use for Claude AI. So um if you will be using this, I'm only using a free Claude account. So let me just put this inside Google Chat, okay? So this is the exact prompt that I use to get this kind of output um from Claude AI. And it's a good start because you can just simply enter the city that you want to just enter the local city that you want to have on here. So I think with this one it's for Austin. And then it listed all of the items that I needed. So you have your studio name, the category, the class name, level, day of week, start time, end time. And the good thing is it even has this registration links, although I think it just provided me with kind of like a dummy information, but you can go ahead and prompt it further to gather all of the local classes in your area. I mean, it depends on how much internet visibility that the classes has in your local area. So, but with this, I think it was able to provide us with 84 like items of local events. So with this demo that we're building, let me just go to integrations, click Google Sheets, and then let me just get this link right here. Click share, copy link, click done. And then just paste that link right here, and it will start adding that. It will start absorbing that information. Okay, so that's been processed. Now let me go to settings, and over here on our header, we'll just polish it a little bit. We'll just change a few things on header. So this one's discover local classes, and then find your perfect class. And then I'll just get this link to this exact canvas. I'll just put that under CTA. And then let's just put over here, let's put maybe class descriptions. Um, then let's just put any dummy link right there. Contact us. So if you're doing a demo, oh, it happened on me again. So if you're doing a demo with a client, this is a good sample to have. Let me just refresh this a little bit. Okay, there you go. It's a good thing to have all of the headers added, makes it look more professional, more polished for an AI assistant. So let me just put that right there, and we're good with those two. Next, let me go ahead and go to chat. So for our chat section, let me just enter this. Hi there, looking for yoga, art, or dance class in Austin. Just select what you're looking for, and I'll help you find and register for the perfect session. Okay. So I think with this, we will also be adding a few channels so that they will have like options to select from. And then for our chat headline, let me just change this and make sure that's saved. So that's good. Next, let me go to customization. So this is how the canvas looks like right now. Let's make sure to just change that. Okay, I think this one looks better for our canvas, and save changes. Now for our AI config. So for our system prompt, this is the exact system prompt I'll be using. I don't really need a comprehensive prompt for this type of use case because it's very straightforward. So basically, it's just help. It's basically a class discovery assistant for a local city. And then you already fed it with its information, right? So its role is to recommend upcoming classes based on user selected filters like type, level, and time. So we also provided it with instruction that it must always suggest specific classes with title, time, level, and the studio name. And then lastly, we asked it to be concise, friendly, and helpful. And then if no results match, suggest the closest alternatives in Austin. So let's make sure that is saved. And as for our channels, so let's start adding our channels real quick. This one's going to be register for a class. And then the other one is going to be, let's just say, match with a class. Okay, so let's take a look at this first two preview. Okay, great. So now you'll see that right here. And I think my screen's, there you go. Now, if you click on it, okay, there you go. So it's trying to filter out the user's interest. So it's trying to ask, the type of class, the level, the preferred time, because we do have that on our master sheet. The chatbot's knowledge base have those, and then it will match it with the user's inquiry. So that's super good. With that part, let me just now add the third channel. So this one's going to be submit a class to be featured. So basically, we're allowing businesses, we're allowing studios to submit their own class to be featured in this canvas. So they can do that by completing the lead form. And the good thing here is that you can actually connect a lead form. So for example, this is my lead form. This is my form for registering for so that their class will be featured on my canvas, on my directory. So that you can just simply connect this form right here and have it auto filled out on this sheet. So the way you can do that is by setting up webhooks inside AskSpot and then configuring it using an automation platform. So I think just this week, I was on a live call with an AskSpot user, and we were able to do that using Make.com. So using Make.com, I think they have like free tier plans with like 2,000 executions. So that's already a lot of like executions to have. I mean, I think it also refreshes monthly. So if you're going to begin or start using webhooks, I highly suggest make.com. I mean, anything will work inside AskSpot. You can use Zapier, you can use Go High Level, you can use any automation platform out there as long as they have webhooks set up, so you can use them to automate a few things, especially with this um kind of task. So let me just go back in here, and as I was saying, so this will be our form right there. So we just ask for their name. So this is our info input fields. So we have the name, we have the email, we have the class title, and then we have the class description. But if you want, if this is something that you will be connecting, if this form will be connected to this master sheet, you may want to make sure that the headers match also with what you're asking for the input field settings. Or even if it doesn't match, you'll still be able to make the connection inside make.com or whatever platform you will be using. So let me just make sure to have this connected into our canvas. And then thanks for submitting form. I think that's already good. So let me now go back to my account, and over here inside, let's go to channels and then add a channel and then add a form. And then we will just need to look for that form. It's the local event canvas, so that's good. Now for the title, we just put this, submit a class to be featured. Okay, so this is the form that businesses will be using to submit their class if they want to be featured in this canvas. So I think it is also best to have that on our initial welcome message. So let me just toggle all of these off. Toggle that off. Okay. Now let me go over here under chats and just get those added. And then match, and then some class. So let me just copy the titles, put that right there. And then this one too, match with a class and put that right there. Oh, okay, so now let's try this one and save changes. All right, so I think this is better. Let's do a preview. Let me just refresh. Okay, I think we can change that. We can change the channel branding. Chatbot. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I thought we had that option, but I'll bug the developers about that. So yeah, as I was saying, now let's try to start testing this canvas. So first, let's try match with a class. Match with a class. Could you please specify the type of class you're interested in? So let's just answer it. Dinner, morning. Okay. So while we're waiting for this answer to be completed, Brad says in the comments, are we limited to three? We're not really limited to three channels, so you can add. I mean, I think I haven't really checked it yet on how many and what's the limit when it comes to adding channels, but you can definitely add more than five, more than eight even. I think what I've tried is I've already tried that. So yeah, you're not really limited to just three channels. And over here, so as you can see, it matched me with the beginner level yoga classes in the morning that might be suitable for me. So you have this first option, this one, and this one. So I think that's good. Now let me just try clicking on register for a class. Okay, there you go. So it also provided me with the registration link. Great, great, great. Okay. All right. So please follow the provided links to register for the class of your choice. So I think we're good with that. Lastly, submit a class to be featured. If you click on that, it will pop out this form right here, and then you need to fill out everything. And then submit. Okay. Thank you, Cameo. Thanks for submitting form. We will reach out to you soon. So, yep, I think we have it. We have the fully working interactive canvas that can help a user discover local classes. So, it's super smart, and there's also a lead generation just built right in. And as you saw, we didn't have to write a single line of code. I mean, you can just simply build this inside AskSpot, and I think we just built it in under 17 minutes. So I mean, I think with this, it can, you can provide this with clients who run events, who offer session, or if you have a client that just needs a way to make their schedule searchable and maybe shoppable, so this canvas might be gold for them. So feel free to clone it to your own city. Feel free to clone it for your own business, and then just add your branding right here. BJ Ocampo said, can we use a good Yahoo Calendar as a source for our data? Um, Let me think. I would not recommend a Yahoo Calendar, BJ, because the kind of data, the type of data that a chatbot might be able to digest from a Yahoo Calendar might be as structured as a Google Sheet. So it might mix up a few data from your Yahoo Calendar. I mean, I'm not sure how the data will be transmitted, on how it will be interpreted by the AI. So that's why when it comes to knowledge bases, when it comes to like information like this, we tend to use those with a more structured format like Google Sheet. We also use, CSV files, Excel files. So I use Google Sheet because with Google Sheet, you can just simply, turn on auto sync and then have the AI, have the canvas updated with all of the events. Or you can even set up automations for Google Sheets so that new classes will be continuously added. So that's the reason why I'm using Google Sheet as the source for the data. Owen says, great for newsletters too. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Allow people to recommend events to be included, and as a link to a more detailed list of events. Yep, yep, yeah, highly suggest that. I mean, I do know that we have a lot of AskSpot users who are also, running newsletters. So I think this would also be a gem for you guys. So you can just, like what I said earlier, simply clone it. You can, you remix it, or you can, like what Owen said, use it for your newsletters. So let me just put that under chats. Let me just put the copy of this canvas under chats. Does anyone have any more questions with what we built right now? Or if you have any questions with what you're building in AskSpot? There you go. So I just put that in the chat, Dawn. Thank you so much for that. Just also make sure to save the prompt that I used, you guys. And one last thing that might be helpful for you guys while I have you on the call. So I am using what do you call this? A custom GPT that helps me build Canvas fast. So I built this AskSpot Canvas Creator custom GPT that you may want well, if you may want to use, especially if you're someone creating a bunch of canvas for demos, if you want to save more time. I'll put that in the chat also. So basically, you just describe it, what kind of canvas you want to create. Mostly, whenever I prompt this, I just explain what the canvas is, how it works, what kind of problem it's solving. So I also provide it with relevant links, especially if it's for a real client. I make sure to provide it with all the relevant links. So let me just put that under chat. AI assistant for building out Canvas and AskSpot inside AskSpot inside AskSpot. There you go. So I just put that under the chat. Dwayne says, hey Kim, hope you're well. Do you have any updates on adding drop-down menus or multiple choice fields to the lead form builder? This feature would be real for our clients, customers. Okay. It would significantly improve conversion rates by making forms faster to fill out. For example, instead of typing, customer could just select a service from a list, pick a preferred callback window. Okay, is this on the immediate roadmap? It would really help us streamline the booking process for the local businesses we support. Okay, let me just save that real quick, Dwayne. Just give me 1 second. Let me just save that under my notes. Let me check with the developers about this day, about the possibility of this. I cannot really say if it's something that's immediately on our roadmap, but I would have to still check with David about this and also with our developers. So don't worry, I'll be bugging them about this. Don says, do you think we can get Claude to fill in the Google Sheet info and provide us that finished product? I think I haven't really tried to ask Claude to fill in the Google Sheet itself. I do know there's been recent updates with Claude AI. I know there's been like AI agents that can do that for us, but the last time I tried it was too slow for me. So I decided to just do it myself, to, just create the finished product, just copy the knowledge base from Claude and then just create the finished product. So you can try that, Dawn. You can try that, but I myself don't use like AI agents to create that. So if you want, you can try that inside Claude. And I'm also only using the free free plan on Claude, so I don't think it would help me fill in the Google Sheet with that. Okay. Any other questions, you guys? Oh, there's one other thing, sorry, form text color. Currently, we can't change the header text color on Form Builder, which defaults to black. This really limits our design options because we're forced to use light backgrounds. Okay, let me just also copy that and put that under my notes, Dwayne. Give me 1 second. Okay, go. So I think we're good. I'll let you know maybe today or tomorrow. So I'll give you an updates either today or tomorrow about this. I'll be sending that update via school. I think you're active on school, right? So I'll be sending that via school. And then Dev says, I get this message. This markdown content summarizes 3 Houston neighborhoods. Hmm. Just 3 Houston neighborhoods that match your criteria for a starter home. With a brief description and key features. You can consider these options based on your preferences and explore further based on your. Is there a way to keep AI from answering with markdown content? Oh, okay. So it's showing the output with markdown content. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's using the wording markdown content versus just answering the question. So
Okay.
it's kind of at the end of a conversation. Sometimes if it doesn't necessarily have the complete answer, it'll answer with markdown
Mm,
content. So what does markdown content mean? Why is it doing that?
I mean, I think AI really tends to, mark down content, especially in providing information. There's an easy way to solve this that you can prompt AI to just be straightforward, answer the questions, and never use markdown content. I mean, AI can be, hard-headed sometimes. But if you do prompt it the correct way, I think you would be able to avoid that this markdown content message from the AI. You can try different variations of prompts until you find which one works the best. But mostly it follows from the first time I add a prompt or add a rule for the AI. So yeah, try doing that. What is mark?
Okay, understood. I didn't know if it was something that I put in the AI config prompt that
No, it
just made it. Maybe I thought maybe I put too many rules in, don't do this, don't do that. And so then it
right.
didn't know what to do, or if that was like just a default or something. So yeah, I'll just tell it not to do that. So thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. Yeah, I think AI really tends to do that. Brad says, what is markdown content? That's a good question. Let's ask AI right now. Why do you use markdown content? So let's ask it. Why do you use markdown content? AI is it. Okay, I just asked my ChatGPT assistant. Okay. Oh, okay. I see now. Markdown is used by AI tools like ChatGPT and AskSpot because it's lightweight, universal formatting language that makes it easy to structure content clearly, ensure keep compatibility everywhere. Oh, okay. I think that's the reason why it does that. Because it renders well in basically about everything. And then it also said stay human readable, and it also helps control layout for AI apps. So, okay, got it. So, Markdown helps AI communicate clearly and cleanly without bloated code or formatting. So, I think that's the reason why it marks down its content. Don says, I think you can copy and paste the markdown into Google Doc to save it. Doesn't work for Word, but in Google Docs. Yep, I agree. You can just you can, yeah, simply copy and paste it to a Google Doc. Yeah, I've seen that happen too, especially within Teleform. Provides some markdown content. Sometimes it's in a code block, so it doesn't look very good for a user, of course. Let's see here. Any other questions, maybe? Anything from the community? Anything about this build, or maybe something you've been building? DJ says, please tag me for the replay of this training. Yeah, certainly we will be posting the replay of this build today for sure. I'll make sure to tag you on that. All right. I think that's it for our Thursday's live hub sessions. But I don't only support every Tuesday and Thursday. I support 24/7. Oh, kidding. I support from Monday to Friday. So you can ask me anything at all if you encounter anything with AskSpot, if you're rebuilding with anything in AskSpot. You can just simply, reach out to me to support at askspot.ai. Thank you all so much for joining. Oh, the one last, is there a section in school school classroom, where we can build all these trainings, where we can find all these trainings, videos, builds. Yes, I think you can just click on my profile. I post this from my account, so that's the reason why they're all under my profile. There's not really a section yet inside school classroom for all of these live builds, but if you want to have them all in one place, you can just simply click on my profile on school and you'll find everything in order. Owen says, thanks, Kim. Thank you also for showing up, Owen. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Dawn. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.